Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. It's Jen Zoe here. I'm so excited to actually be out and about. I am up in New York at Artemis Hill Farm at Danielle Anastasi's beautiful, beautiful facility. We've been spending some time all weekend working with some amazing people who did a really great relationship workshop, and it really was put some things in perspective when I woke up this morning about like clearing my energies and making sure that I'm coming to today with my best foot forward and the best, highest version and the highest vibration version of myself. So if you're just joining in, make sure you're telling me hello, click something in the comments, let me know. Good morning, Adrian. I would love to say hi to you, answer your questions. The more you engage and the more questions you ask, the better I can serve. And I love serving. I've been a server my whole life and I love it, love it, love it. So when you think about like who you hang around with and who are you studying, even if you aren't, you know, if you don't have any friends, like there for a long time, I felt really alone, really isolated. I didn't know anybody. I was like recently divorced and I was homeless. I was living with my former personal assistant, waiting tables. And so I started looking around like, who am I around? Like who, good morning, good morning. Um, Throw me a comment, let me know, like, who do you consciously and intentionally choose the people that you hang around with? Or are you just sort of like, hey, I'm here, and by the way, I happen to know you, and we like have some things in common, so let's hang out. Right. And that happens a lot of times in intimate relationships too, where you're in this space where you're like, we get along and there's proximity and the sex is really good. So, even though we're not really aligned in our values, but it feels good. And there's like, and we live, and it's, oh God, thank God, like I don't have to cover half the bills. Like a lot of times you get in that, fall into that trap of like, well, this is a relationship that I'm in by just like circumstance. Like for instance, after my divorce, I lived in Orlando for almost 10 years. And like Orlando is not where I want to be. I love Disney as much as the next guy and I love the whole thing, but I didn't want to live there. It wasn't where I wanted to be. And so I had to like surgically extract myself from that environment, right? So your environment, your network, and everything puts around. So I didn't have a lot of friends at the time, or I didn't feel like I did anyway. And I was very isolated. So how do you surround yourself with people if you don't have a lot of cool people to surround yourself with? Well, you go find people. You find the quality people and you start getting intentional. The first thing you do about that, and this was actually a really great session I had with someone recently, is like really getting clear about what your definition of your network should look like. And a lot of times with me, you're like, oh, I want to be, I want to hang out with people like Oprah and like the good people. Like, but wait a minute, maybe I'm not worthy of being there yet. Right. So you put yourself in these roles that make you think maybe have some self-doubt about your worthiness to be sitting at the table. Well, guess what? You don't actually have to be in the same room as them to gain wisdom from them. Because if they're greats, they have a lot of content out there that you can read. You can read that they've probably written a book or two. I'm getting ready I'm in the middle of writing my second book at the moment, for instance. So who do you want to be around? And how you want to choose your network and in a way that helps you elevate your net worth. And I don't mean just financially. If you think about things like social currency, it's not just about money. Like there is so many things out there that are more important than money. We're like, we don't care. We just give me the money so I can spend it and feel good right now. But a lot of times that just takes you in a space where you're just like getting some instant gratification, like a little snuff, right? Like a little quick hit of something when you get that. Like just give me the whatever it is to alleviate this pain in the moment, rather than saying, how do I intentionally and purposely want to engage and celebrate my life with the people I love and care about, right? And I'm here at my friend Daniela's place, and we have been having an incredible time with the horses and doing all these beautiful things. And kind of like our little mantra is, as long as we're fighting for the check, right? Meaning, hey, if you need help, no, I'll help you. And then if you need help, oh, no, I'll help you. And if I need help, oh, no, I will allow you to help me, right? It's that really beautiful symbiosis. And then really studying, what is it about the people that you are around, and getting really aware about what that looks like. What does it look like? Who are your friends? If you make a list, who are your friends? And if you start getting much past, 5 or 10 people, you got too many friends, because a friend is somebody that you will do things for, you will answer the phone for, you will go, take lunch for, you will help out, you will help them move. So it takes bandwidth. It takes time, which is why people that are at this higher vibration state, like Oprah and the greats, Deepak, Tony, Grant, all the people out there that like you're like, wow, they're hard to access. Not like celebrity hard to access, but just like because they have boundaries around who they interact with. And for them to interact with people that are at a lower vibration than them, or that have a different mindset, or a lack or scarcity mindset, or whatever, that brings them out of where they are, like it or not, no matter how hard they're like, you know what, I'm not going to do that. Because even if you're in proximity and you protect your energy and you find ways to, zip up and clean up and Teflon and armor and whatever, no matter what, other people's energies influence you. You go to the coffee shop and they're like, hey, we got this new oat milk something frappa something. You want to try it? And you go, sure, why not? You're like, you just got influenced. And no matter what, their energy is going to influence you one way or another, no matter how much you're protected. The more you're protected, you protect yourself and are mindful and stand guardian at the gates of your mind and get aware. That's the key piece, is to understanding what your rules are, what your guidelines are is a better way. Like, what are the guidelines that you have in place based on your values and beliefs that you have currently at your level of consciousness for the people that you choose to have in your life? And then you could start making quality choices. You're like, oh, but we've been friends for so long. So what? Doesn't matter. You could have been friends for 50 years. If the vibration has changed and you have elevated and rised, I'm reinventing language here. And when you have risen to that space and you have elevated and transcended. I just got off the phone with my friend Ophelia and the same thing. I was like listening to her talk and I hear her energy getting higher and I hear her like starting to elevate and like that's who I want to be around. And even if they're not here, like studying the people that you want to grow and align with as you go. In the meantime, looking at and really, really getting clear at what you want to feel and how you want to be and how you want to engage and who the people that you do want to have in your life, right? And choose them intentionally instead of circumstantially. So put yourself in a place where you go, what are my guidelines for what a friend looks like? They show up to my party early and help me set up. They bring a covered dish instead of a bag of chips. And then afterwards, they help me clean up and put things away and then say, hey, would you like to go out to dinner after? Or would you like to just chill and relax? That's really like that would be a good little baseline for a friend, right? And then the people that are in your group, like, what are they doing that's making them successful that you would like to emulate? What aligned actions are they taking? Because it isn't, Tony Robbins is great, and he says, massive action, go take it, get out there, make the move, right? Kind of wind blowing my phone down, sorry. No, not now. And you go, wait a minute, I have to think about this. I want to take action, but I want to take aligned action, because aligned action is going to take you much further than just taking action. We had an episode with Rose yesterday, a session with Rose, one of Daniela's horses out here, and she was just like kind of all over the place. She was burning calories. She even broke a little sweat, and she's like kind of like going here and going there. We're playing with her. It was like, honey, just be still for a minute. Just be still for half a second. Good morning. And ask yourself, am I taking aligned action? And how do you know if you're taking aligned action? Well, you connect to source. And when you connect to source, that puts you at a higher vibration, which allows you to look around and go, hey, maybe the people in my world are not at the same vibration as me, or at the same level of consciousness, or the same belief system, or the same value system. Because my value systems continue to evolve and grow and shift and change and progress, right? Progress is happiness, progress and growth. The journey is the reward. And you start looking at that and you go, this person over here is still journeying in the pond while we're over here in the ocean, right? Nothing wrong with ponds, nothing. Because like the ocean water has been in the pond and vice versa. It doesn't matter. But look at that and go, do I want to continue to hang out with this person? Is this person still offering me? And conversely, am I offering them what they need to rise and grow, and are they offering me the things I need to rise and grow? I just listened to a video from Grant Cardone, and he's researching the people that started Vanguard, and I can't remember the name of the people. But now I'm curious, like, where did they get their start? What was the thing that took them to the next level? What were some of their struggles? What were their setbacks? What were the things that gave them strength? What motivated them? Because you start looking at all these beautiful people, and I love biographies. If you haven't read like the Steve Jobs biography that's like, this thick, like, read that stuff, get that stuff in your brain, and start looking around at people that are doing the things that you would like to be able to do. Good morning. Good morning. And say, what can I do to align, if they're in alignment, align what I'm doing with something that they have already done. We all know it. It's all modeling. It's all like success leaves clues. It's all, don't worry about, reinventing the wheel, but surrounding yourself with the people that it did, right? And it's not even your own stuff. Like, none of this content that we're talking about here, you've probably heard this before a million times. Who are your five? And Jim Rohn did a great seminar a while back where he took everyone in the room, about 4,000 people, and he said, write down your five closest friends and what you estimate their income to be, average it out, and you'll find that it's within a few $1,000s of your income as well. And it's like, well, why is that the case? Because like attract, this whole opposites attract stuff is BS. It's the law of attraction. Like attracts like. The more positive thoughts you have, the more positive thoughts you're going to have. And it only takes about 10 seconds to have a positive thought or a negative one and continue to attract that. And, oh, hey, I know you. Let's connect. Oh, you're from St. Louis. Me too. Let's connect. What else? The minute you have something in common, or you have something that is powerful about that, it'll start to go, well, what else you're from St. Louis? Oh, what's your favorite baseball team? Oh, what high school? Number one question everybody in St. Louis asks everyone else: which high school? Where'd you go to high school? It's like this. It's a St. Louis thing, right? Like, where'd you go to high school, right? But that tells you, like, once you get one degree of connection, you then automatically start looking for more. Well, what's your favorite color? Do you like it? And as you get to know someone, you're like, what are some of the similarities that we have in common that can help us grow and rise together? And you start going, you like heavy metal music and horror movies and like all these things that's not me, right? And so you go, but are you being intentional about what those things look like? And do you have them written down? I'm telling you, I got a journal and I have those things written down. Like, those are important to me. What is important to me? It's okay if you aren't a billionaire today, but you have a mindset of, well, I'm going there. I'm going to grow, and not necessarily financially, but just, I'm going to grow. I'm going to build. I'm going to create. I'm going to align. I'm going to have this servant leader mindset. I'm going to grow to serve. That's important to me. And I want to look at other people that have done similar things and align myself with what they're doing, and I look at that, like Adrian Greener, he's got a great thing. It's called Earth Speed. And I'm like, this is really cool. Like, I want to get aligned with people like that. Right. The key piece is to also understand that they're going to have differences. And which is the beautiful thing about working with the horses is, like, they're going to give you that feedback back instantly. They're going to share with you like who you are and how you show up. They're going to share with you how the people that you are not alike with, not out of alignment with, but not like. Because I don't want to hang around a bunch of people like me. I'd get a sunburn. I'd burn out. I'd get tired. I'd wear out. Like, I'm like a little chunk of the sun. I'm a Leo. I'm a very high energy kind of person. So if I was around also like a bunch of high energy kind of people all the time, I'd burn out. So you want to be around, but learn who you want to be aligned with and what their personalities are, the differences of them are, and the value that each one of these individuals brings to the table, and how you can acknowledge that. And hey, guess what? That can also help you build your team. Because I have some key characteristics. Thank you, Donald Miller. Donald Miller has a great thing called Story Brand. And he has something where he talks about what are the key characteristics? What are the key characteristics of the people that you attract into your life? Hi, Kitty. And one of the things that's important to me is that you're unbelievably adaptable, right? And really adaptability, truth, transparency, and trust. I want them to be unbelievably trustworthy, right? While aligned with the positive integrity, right? So I kind of got this like vision of what that looks like. And then I go look at other people that are successful and happy. Like, I follow Ray and Jessica Higdon. They're some of my favorite people. and he is really aligned. He's been through a ton, and it's like foreclosure and a lot of different, like bankruptcy, homelessness, self-medicating. I'm like, I can relate to that. There's a strength in the struggle, right? When the cocoon, you gotta like struggle, and if you don't go through that, your wings won't be the muscles will not be there, the wings will not be there that are strong enough to lift you off, to get lift off, right? So we want to get these little things, and aligning yourself with people that you see that have also been through the struggle will help you go, oh, it's not just me. Oh, it's okay. Oh, they've been in business for 10 years, and then they hit this really, something happened, and they had to go back and start over. They're like, oh, no big deal. Just went back to, go pass go and collect your $200 and keep rolling the dice and keep playing, you know, and keep aligning and keep working and keep understanding. Doesn't mean you have to do it blindly, even if you are alone, because guess what? You are never alone. You always have source. You always have God. You always have creator to have a conversation with. And I do that every day. I have a conversation with source, and it makes me really emotional because that's pure. It's the purest form of connection and alignment. And when you can connect to source, you'll become aware, and your vision will become very clear about maybe who you want to learn from, take lessons from, align with, admire, emulate, not be like, right? As Oprah said it best, she said, I realized one day that I could be a way better Oprah than I could ever be Barbara, because she had this huge admiration for Barbara Walters, which is awesome. Like, admire the things about her, the characteristics about her that are in alignment with you and your identity and how you choose to show up. Don't be like them, don't try and be a version of them. Be you, and take the things that, like, I want some of this. Life is a buffet, but most poor bastards are starving to death, right? Because we don't know how to align. We don't know who to align with, how to choose. And we're not even conscious of it, right? Same thing in our intimate relationships. Intentional choices about who dude, you see, so I see videos all the time. The independent woman, is this. I'm like, yeah, true. So is the independent man. The ones that are aligned, the ones that actually take the information from source and putting things into place that allow you to feel a certain way about yourself and align your ideals, values, beliefs, and identity towards the desires and purpose of your highest and best through connection with source. And one of the best ways I know how to do that is get out in nature and be still. And for me, being around horses does that. Being around my horses, or being around Danielle, any horses for me, but specifically my horses and Daniela's horses and people I love and care about, because I know these horses are also in the present moment, aligned, living in the now, in a theta brainwave state, and just being present in that moment and going, what can I do today? What is it today that I can do that's going to allow me to rest well at night, knowing I've done my best? And who you surround yourself with is penultimate in how you organize that in this world of the 3D, right? Align, meditate, be still, come out and play with my horses. And if you do want to come to Florida or come to New York, Daniela's place is up in just outside the city in Hudson Valley. I'm in West Palm Beach with 2 locations to be able to come out and engage with these incredible animals. They're right down here over here. I can see them. They're all just sort of just enjoying their breakfast and having a beautiful morning. And I'll tell you something, some days would much rather spend time with them than people. Some days, because of just the beautiful energy that they bring to it, the innocence of it, just the purity of their soul and the purity of their energy, and allowing that to just wash over me while I align myself, rediscover who I am. And I rediscover myself more than Madonna every single day. I look at who I am, how I want to show up, who do I want to serve, who today on Monday, June 12th at 9:11 a.m., who can I serve? How can I serve at a higher level while maintaining who I am, aligning with source, and filling up my own cup? surrounding myself intentionally with the people I love and care about, allowing the people that no longer serve me to flow into the area of the relationship labyrinth that they belong. If you want to know more about the relationship labyrinth, just reach out. It's an incredible, incredible piece of content that has taught me so much about who belongs where in my life and why it's okay to allow them to ebb and flow, just like osmosis, in and out, right? Depending on not just how they show up once, but what their character like, what is their character like? And the more you get clear about who you would like to be around for the reasons that align with your soul and align with God and align with your purpose, the more you're going to be able to attract those people into your life. And choose your 5 wisely, because the 5 that are here, it's one in, one out, man. You cannot have 500 inner circle people. It just doesn't work. And so how do you, if you want the people in your life and they're not there, just bring them in energetically. Study them, learn from them, see what makes them tick, and then align with that and get in that vibration, and people will show up. Promise. I promise. And that'll give you the confidence to be able to reach out because you know you're in alignment. If you're aligned, you're confident. Alignment equals confidence. And how do you get aligned? Get still. Come play with horses. Get out of your head. Stop looking at spreadsheets. Stop looking at your bank account. Stop looking in the money bucket. Start looking at what you want and what your soul is here to accomplish on this short time as we spin around the third rock from the sun. I hope that makes sense. I hope that you all come. Anyone that's watching this comes and chooses to spend some time with horses, either with Daniela up here in New York or down with me in West Palm. We have some incredible programs, and I'll put the link in the comments if you'd like to join. My weekend sales for my retreats is almost sold out, and we'll be moving to the new facility in July, and I'm very excited to celebrate that as well. Remember, always believe in yourself. It will change your life, and align your actions towards the desires and purpose of your soul, and you will attract the right people into your world that will help you elevate from wherever you are and where you're going, and you can do the same in return. Study the greats to become great and be great in your soul. All right, y'all, have an amazing day. I hope you come and see me in Florida or up here in New York. And remember to believe in yourself. It will change your life. Take care.